Hi Libra, this is going to be your general reading in regards to, are you guys psychic? Um, Sorry about this. This is the fan and it's like so hot over here. And for me to say that, that means it's hot. That means it's really hot because I'm always cold. Getting back to the point. Are you guys psychic? So that's what we're going to tap into. We're going to see, are you guys psychic? If so, what gifts do you guys have and where are you guys at on your psychic journey? I felt like this was a really important video to do because I feel like the psychic journey is not an easy one. I think there's some zodiac signs out there that have an easier time at it than others with their gifts. I think there's more people that are kind of just, I don't even want to say it's going with the flow, but just more like, I'm one with the universe. I am whole with myself. I accept my gifts as they are. I am here to give my gifts to the world. You know, and I'm not saying, I think that's actually really beautiful. And I really do try to embrace that energy myself. And it's hard for me. But what I think we need to keep in mind with the psychic gifts and the psychic abilities is that all of that stuff is coming from the 12th house energy, which is Neptune, which is rules Pisces. So is what you're going through a psychic experience? Because there's also a lot of delusion here, but it feels really real. Also, if we're not well balanced, it could be our ego speaking for us. I mean, I'm sure there's situations in your guys' life that you could think back to where you really felt it was your gut speaking for you, but it was really your ego. And some of you may be still like battling that to this day where you like for example, my mom, she really believes what she believes. And like, there's nothing else you can tell her. And it's like, I can't tell you guys how many times she's literally not right. Like, she's so wrong. Which is crazy because she really does have psychic gifts. This is what I mean. You guys can have psychic gifts, psychic abilities with specific things, because there's many different gifts out there, things that you guys can't even Google. But yet still there will be illusion or, you know, whatever you want to call it, where it's like you guys just aren't getting it. And you guys can see this in your natal chart due to, you know, what planets are aspecting other planets and at what degrees and where are your asteroids. You know, asteroids are huge. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, you guys, because it's kind of like, well, where do we draw the line in astrology? Do we just keep this going? Because it doesn't just end with asteroids. Then there's stars. And it's like, oh my God, we kind of got to draw the line somewhere, right? However, when you channel the stars that are in your guys' natal chart as well, you're going to resonate with that energy. And that makes sense, right? So it's really like, where do we draw the line? It's more like, where do we end the story? Where do we end the story? Because the story can keep going and going and going. But that's what astrology is all about, is to better understand yourself and how to manipulate that energy, and not in a bad way, but to better work it out for you guys. And psychic gifts very much applies here. You know, like clairaudient, this is not fully in for me. I definitely get little bits here and there, but not fully yet. And, but like for those of you who have it, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like what you guys get is not clear sentences. It's like random words. And that's exactly how it is with channeling. When you're closing your eyes and you're getting visions, it's like, I don't even want to say it's like common sense, but kind of, it's like you have to use what you're channeling, what you're feeling, what based off what you're seeing and what you're being given from spirit, those feelings you're feeling. That's what channeling is. Based off the word you're hearing, like where does it resonate with what somebody's asking you if you give out readings, or if you're in a situation and it's like you're hearing a random word, like how does that apply? And are you misunderstanding the word that you're being told from spirit or source, universe, whatever it is you guys believe in? So anyway, I'm going to stop myself because I'll keep talking, as I keep saying in these videos. So it's just very important to be grounded. It's just like, why do you guys think we have all these zodiac signs? There's earth, water, fire, air. It's important to keep a healthy balance with all of those. But that's why it's hard, because we don't have all that well balanced. Okay, come on, Spirit. What gifts does Libra have? Oh, let me close my eyes. What gifts does Libra have? Okay, so if you're not able to see spirits, you're able to feel them in a room. I feel like you guys can tell what type of energy is in a room spiritually. So like, let's say you feel like you can tell that there's a spirit in a room. It's like you may be very detailed as to what kind of energy that spirit's bringing in. Like, is it good energy? Is it dark energy? Is it an adult? Is it a child? Like, something within that you're able to feel. These cards don't want to talk to you guys. Hold on. What gifts does Libra have? What gifts does Libra have? Spirit, what gifts does Libra have? Okay, Kyla. Ooh. Are you guys psychic? I feel like other realms are able to connect with you in your mind. So I feel like we all get downloads, we all get intuitive hits, but there's a difference between recognizing them or not, and then being able to distinguish, is this a download or is this my own thought? And then based off that, do you filter your downloads? Because depending where you're at in your evolution, you may get that download and then change it into something it's not. So what I'm seeing is you guys get tips, advice from spirit. Like it seeps into your mind. So you guys may have, don't quote me here, but I feel like this is the aspect in astrology of like quincunxes. I'm gonna open my eyes. So this one is an interesting one because I'm almost positive this is the quincunx. So this one, for some reason, just like Yods, a lot of astrologers downplay this. And the quincunx is a very important aspect in astrology. Basically, what I'm seeing with you guys and how it relates, it's like you guys can, other realms will randomly seep into your mind. Like you can see random tears, almost like it's just like people who see things in the corner of their eye and then they look and then they don't see it anymore. It's almost something like that, except it'll be in front of your eyes. And it's too weird to the point where you're like, did I just witness that? Because it doesn't make any sense. So it's like when we experience these things, we kind of just like say, oh, that was weird. And then we just kind of ignore it. Typical, I feel like. And, but really what's happening with the quincunx is that you have other realms have access to you and you have access to other realms. So therefore, it's like there's this door, so to speak, within your, I don't know, whatever you want to call this, within your energy field. And it's like they can come by at any time, whatever, you know, they is to you, angels, spirit guides, universe. And they could just give you insight and downloads and help you. So the reason for the visuals that you guys have access to at times is because you have access to other realms. Like, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's really just like that. I mean, if you think about that, if let's just say that we're proven true, right? That this is a fact, that some people are able to see tears, actual tears in the universe. Because when I say a tear, it means something outside of Earth, another realm. And right, that's been proven, it's a fact that there are other realms out there. You guys can look into this yourselves. So that means something else out there is trying to get into our realm. How else would they do it? It's not like the same rules apply at Earth, like knock knock, hey, you home, what's up? Like, no, it would be different. It would be in ways you can't really imagine, because the same rules don't apply. And I'm seeing that you are able to see this. You know what it is, what I want to say really quick about that? I feel like there's these movies out there, random movies that kind of like touch on these subjects regarding these gifts that really do exist. Things that are kind of like far out there, that are like way too twisted for us to even like fathom, right? At least some of us like kind of tap out on the idea. We're like, whoa, 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 that's way too much. And we just like stop thinking about it, because it just leads to more questions, more questions, more questions. But what I always think about is what gave that, I don't know, whoever it is, creative director, the idea to write that movie, or whoever it was, the screenwriter, whether it's based off a book, whoever wrote that idea. Did it come through in a dream? Did it come through based off their own personal experience? Did it come through based off of knowing somebody who actually went through, which is a paranormal experience? That is literally turning like being able to experience like magic or whatever you consider that into real time, into science. Because when you're able to turn it into science, it means you're able to turn it into something tangible, something physical, and you can see it. So I always think to myself, like, some of those stories that are out there, they're based off other people's stories. Not all of them, but some of them, okay? And I guarantee you, if we were to look at those people's natal chart, yeah, do I think some of these people didn't really go through a psychic experience or like a gift thing? Yeah, I think there's some people, if we were to look at some of those charts, there was probably something, they probably thought they were going through something. You know, they probably had shitty Neptune aspects, for sure. But I think there's more times than not where it's like, yeah, they were going through a psychic experience, and it's like we just kind of didn't take those people seriously. Because it's kind of like that saying, like, somebody's always got to ruin it for somebody else. Not that somebody's mental well-being is ruining it, because those people can't help themselves. Literally, they can't help themselves. But I feel like that's kind of what did it at one point in life, in this world where it's like psychic things were no longer taken seriously, because it's like that Neptune energy can be tricky. Like, let's not forget, there were oracles, there were I can't think of it right now. Anyway, let's get back to it. Are you guys psychic? A lot of seeing and feeling. All right, I'm going to look at the cards that I'm going to channel again. I'm seeing you guys look at something while moving. And it's like your eye is fixated on something. Hi, Kyla. All right, so let's pull cards. Take it from there. What? Wow, these cards do not want to talk today. What gifts does Libra have? Okay. Ram. Okay, so I think of Aries energy, ruled by Mars. Win or lose. Midhaven. Okay, so Midhaven is that energy in our natal chart that gets us closer to heaven. This is also the mask we wear at our job. But when we find what it is we're passionate about, this is truly that energy that gets embodied in this house. So what we first saw was you guys being able to tell what type of energy is in a room. Like, you can tell when something is, when there's a spirit. And I feel like you guys are able to tell whether it's a good or bad spirit. See, look, so the Aries energy is, and I'm an Aries, so it's like, whatever, nobody should take offense to this, but it's considered to be, like, if you piss us off, we'll be like this card, like a volcano. But if you look closely, you see how there is a ram here, and then there's a ram there. It's dead here, but with flowers, whatever. It's like kind of beautiful. Ugly, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. But it's like calm here before it erupts. I feel like you're able to see the types of specific energies that come into a room. Okay, Kylo, just a few more minutes, okay? I feel like you can tell when something's a bad energy or a sweet energy. Maybe even like you guys may even have an understanding as to why an energy is in a room. No, in a little bit. Okay, I gotta stop looking at him. All right, let's get to the next card. What gifts do you guys have? Union, lead, Cancer. Oh my God. So remember I said you guys have that, it's like coming through as a quincunx, and like if you guys don't have a quincunx, that really doesn't mean you don't have this gift. It's just you have access to other realms. Cancer energy is looked at as a very intuitive energy. So I feel like, and look, the word immerse. I feel like you guys get downloads from spirit, messages, like clear insight. I was seeing a lot of light like in your guys' mind. Like you guys get messages from, I feel like, you know, whatever you guys want to call this, the dead, the deceased. And I feel like you guys don't filter your downloads because you intuitively understand them. You intuitively understand where they're coming from. 4, I think of stability. Summer, giving and receiving. 5th house, passion. Okay, so I'm going to channel this one. Are you guys psychic? What gifts do you guys have? Going back to, oh, you guys are healers. I was gonna say it's going back to the clear downloads you guys get from spirit. It's almost as if like they give you advice, and with that advice you're able to give that advice back to people. Through your water energy. I'm feeling like this is something you guys like to do. When people are feeling down, you like to make them feel better. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, that's what I feel like is the Aries energy. I feel like I'm seeing the zodiac sign again, and I feel like I'm seeing a goat. Like you like to motivate them, to help them manifest so they can get to the top of the mountain. Come here, Kyle. Because that's what the goat does. The goat eventually gets to the top of the mountain. And I'm seeing you guys being able to do this for others based off the information you get from the cosmos. You know what I'm picking up on? I'm gonna open my eyes. Like there's this whole giving and receiving energy. starting from the universe. Like I was seeing like an eye in the sky. And it's funny because I was looking at the full moon a few days ago, and I felt like I was seeing what I'm always seeing, but because there was clouds around it, and I feel like I'm always seeing this flower. And if the flower is dark, it means like you're not feeling nurtured, but you want to feel nurtured. If it's bright, it means like you. And I'm almost seeing it here again. If you guys can follow, like obviously it's not very specific, but anyway, it's almost like the moon nurtures us and the sun nurtures us. It like starts from there, it gives it to us, and then from there we give back, because it's like we were given something. And that's kind of like how it's supposed to work. So what I'm seeing is that through your higher self, because when I think of summer, I think of the sun, and the sun in your natal chart is your higher self, like the alchemized version of you. And it's like you guys get downloads from higher self, spirit. Oh, there's the water. You get downloads, advice. It connects you to your water energy. And therefore, it's like you're able to give that energy to others, and you feel passionately about it. So what are your gifts? You're able to connect to the cosmos. You're a healer, and you're able to manifest and help other people manifest. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. All right, bye guys.